Hey everyone, welcome back to Founder Story. Today we have Kelly Roach. And Kelly, you are a business growth strategist and founder and CEO of Kelly Roach International. I was just telling you that you have invested significantly into your personal brand. I can tell. Best website I've ever seen. I love the book, everything that you're doing. You can see just how important you understand it is to build a personal brand as an executive. So I'd like to start off today with a little bit unique approach. How did you get into the knowledge of like, okay, I need to really build out my personal brand?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I mean, I think what we all have to recognize is we're in a zero barrier to entry market, right? Because social media is free and anyone can say they do exactly what you do and have the same job title as you and have the same company value proposition. And the only thing that can truly differentiate you at this point is the personal brand plus what it is that you do to help people. And so I think that especially in the market of today, it is that connection, that relationship, that values intersection that people are really making decisions based on. And that's why it is so important to invest in personal brand, because otherwise you're just one of a million in terms of the business that you do.
And you've done so many things from creating a top show slash podcast to an author of a book to really understanding all of these different facets, driving media to driving your personal brand to helping thousands of people worldwide, bootstrapping your company. How did you put all these pieces together to really create the Kelly Roach International brand?
Yeah, it's just been a natural evolution over time, right? So I've been in the business growth strategy world since 2012. That's when I started my first company, grew that to 8 figures. We were on the Inc. 5000 list multiple times. And, through building that business, I really saw what the other needs in the entrepreneurial world were and what needs were not being met in a modern and superior way. And so I ended up building all of these other surrounding companies and services that basically gave me my own referral ecosystem, because I want to be able to send my customers to get solutions that I can really stand behind and that I know are going to meet their needs. And so it was just a very natural evolution to keep building on the wants, the needs, the desires of my target market.
So doing all these things, I love, Inc. 5000, one of the greatest events that I've personally ever attended. So congratulations. I know you have tons of awards. What was the switch in your life that you had to make as you continue to scale and grow? And maybe this is something that you help others or you see other people going through as well.
I mean, the most important thing is not comparing yourself to other people. I will say hands down, the most important thing that I did was I stopped looking at my competitors' social media. I stopped, consuming content of my peers. I stopped always thinking that someone knew better than I did. I really just focused on putting the blinders on, running my own race, building my own path. And I think that's how you create a really unique and differentiated brand and service, when you're just really focused obsessively on serving the needs of the market versus following what your peers or competitors are doing. And I think that's been one of the biggest reasons why we've had the success that we have.
Wow. Toxic is what I think of when I get so caught up in my competitors' social
Yeah.
media and the
Yeah.
comparison mode. It
Yeah.
really consumes me. I've had to pull back from social media just for what you're saying, because it really brings you down. You spend more time doing that than on your business. I know when it comes to selling, you have something called spiritual selling. But where do you think that people get selling wrong?
Well, on many, many levels. That's why I'm writing the book. So I designed the spiritual selling book. I'm a believer, I'm a Christian. And, I believe in dreaming God-sized dreams and chasing our highest calling and really looking to make the biggest difference that we can in the world. And, I think that a lot of people struggle with sales because, again, they're comparing themselves to others. They feel that they're in scarcity. They feel, like not enough, or they feel like someone has, a better, bigger following or bigger team or bigger company. And I think that, again, it's just really coming back to being of service. I think selling is one of the highest forms of service that there is, because selling is when you activate a person to take action on getting the result that they want. And, I always say information is great, but information without activation means the person isn't doing anything, which means you didn't actually affect change, right? The only way you can affect change is by having a sales conversation and activating the person to actually do something about the goal that they have. And so that's what the spiritual selling book is all about. It's really spiritual principles of, following our calling, of being of the highest level of service that we possibly can be, and really exercising the ideas and the energies and the emotions of God versus ego.
I love that. Information without activation, super important. You have something
Yeah.
called the 1 hour a day strategy. I need to know what this is because I'm spending like 8 hours a day. I feel like if I had 1 hour a day strategy, it would change my business and life.
Well, it has. It's changed hundreds of thousands of lives. I've been talking about this for a really long time. When I got into the entrepreneurial world, one of the first things that I observed is that entrepreneurs work 80 hours a week, and most of them don't even spend 1 hour a day on profit producing activities. So I have been on a mission for many years now to try and change that. And, I am fully convinced, and I've seen proof that any entrepreneur that dedicates 1 hour a day to profit producing activities will transform their business and their life. So I teach the Miracle Hour. I just trademarked it. And it's really just a series of the 7 core activities that you can do in your business every single day to tap into the income streams that are available to all businesses. And it's really about doing something every single day that moves the business forward versus just kind of like keeping you stuck in maintenance, putting out fires, dealing with urgent issues that come up, but never really moving towards your goals and dreams.
I love that. I need to do that one thing every single day. So much stuff I learned today. Kelly, this has been amazing. When does the book come out? How can people get in touch with you?
Thank you so much. Well, definitely, the Kelly Roach Show is definitely the best place to connect with me. And I'm always teaching and sharing, and they're 20-minute or less episodes. So it's like a powerful punch in a really short amount of time. So Kelly Roach Show, anywhere you listen to podcasts, and Kelly Roach International is my website. And you can kind of see the books and the podcasts and the different companies that I own and what's happening in the portfolio. So yeah, that's a great next step.
Kelly, this has been great. I mean, you are the most concise interview I've ever had. Like, that was very concise. We fit so much into 7 minutes. Say, this has been great. I'm so excited to have you. I can't wait. You got to come back once the book is out. Thank you so much for being here today on Founder Story.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me.